Hey, it's me, Unapologetically T, and I'm back with another poem. This is the story of Yacob, and I'm gonna get straight into it. The story of Yacob, most don't even remember him because he's just that forgettable. Us Muslims despise this big-headed fool that God created. Everybody blames Eve for tasting the forbidden knowledge, but why aren't we talking about this stupid ass fool, Yacob? God created you to have knowledge and see far out, but you got beside yourself and thought one day you could not only play God, but be God. Stupid, stupid, stupid fool. God made you, so in a sense, you were already God-like. God just is the number one source. See, Yacob suffered from being a know-it-all and not knowing what to do with it all seeing, greed, and ease, but not caring about the bigger picture of things. Yacob decided he didn't want to till the earth or be bothered by silly labor, so he decided he wanted to create these beings that could do certain things on his behalf. Well, God had already created us and then humans, so it didn't make sense. He insisted and was forbidden and banished to a land without inhabitants. Those who agreed with him followed. He created his beings and called them something to cause division. What they leave out in the textbook is that fair skin is in our genetic coding. Organically white skin tones already existed, but we didn't identify by skin tone. We identify by what nation you belong to. Back to this stupid story of Yacob. Yacob felt like an outcast before he was banished, but everybody treated him fair. It just was that nothing was ever good enough for this stupid fool. He was plagued by envy and never felt satisfied. So his one and only dream was to destroy everything. Had the other gods knew, they would have asked God personally to destroy Yacob. Some may ask why God didn't intervene. Well, it's simple. It's the reason why black people have to die in the beginning of the movie. Because if they don't, then there would be no movie. Well, if he had got rid of Yacob too early, this just wouldn't have made for a good story. So that means that Yacob would be white people. And not all white people, if you catch my drift. But God does intervene in certain cases. Always use your discernment. You're going to have to use your discernment with me saying that Yacob would be the equivalent of a white person in a scary movie. And I'm going to get back to this poem. Use your discernment. I'm not talking about all white people. I'm talking about manufactured white people. Because we've all been different colors since the end of times. But anyway, beginning of time, excuse me. Well, these beings he created made it with gods and humans because they couldn't sustain life without a host. Some called them parasites, but I call them viruses. They tried to mimic our genetic coding, failing every time. Yacob not only tried to play God, but he tried to use the devil too. Like, you big-headed fool, it's time to pay up. And your weak-ass army of fools, y'all chose the wrong side. The devil works for God, but Yacob only works for himself. He will throw you silly mortals and treasonous gods to the wayside just to save himself. The jig is up. Suffering has commenced. There is a purge of the Yacob clan. They are not from our nations. They function off the deadly sins. You thought you would remain numb, but you will feel everything. Let's play with their vessels and consciousness like they did ours, but worse. Until it's time for the true death. You're not human or godly. You're just flesh, mixed with the lab experiment created by a goddamn fool. You're plagued with pestilence, and our bodies are self-healing. You tried to poison our food, our earth, our air, our water. You can't kill the immortals. Only God can. However, you are merely nothing without us. How could you ever think you'd win? And this is my message to Yacob. Yacob, I'm on your ass. Me and my crew. We pity the fool who think they could play with us. And each time you're going to mistake this smile for a weakness and you're going to lose.